going to look at review notes number 1. That's what this assignment is here. So at the top of your page it should say review notes number 1. So the one thing that I have stressed, and I do stress to students, is this right here says simplify. So when we simplify, we are going to combine like terms. Now, when I say combine like terms, that means, the important thing about this means, you don't add in an equal sign. If you don't see an equal sign, there's not going to be an equal sign in your answer. Alright, so if we go ahead and look at combine like terms, we've learned this prior to, this is review for you. So here in our problem number 1, I'm going to skip through some of these problems, so be patient. So we have 6x, and that's a positive 6x. We have a minus 7. I'm going to circle the minus also that's in front of the 7. We have a negative 5. I'm going to box the negative 5 and the 1 off. So the circles go together and the squares go together. So if I have a plus 6x and a minus 7x, 6 minus 7 is negative 1x. And then I have negative 5 plus 1. Put that in a calculator, you should get a negative 4. And there we go. Combine like terms, you have your answer. Negative 1x or negative x minus 4. Okay, next one. Circle our negative 8a's. I'm going to box off my numbers. That's a plus 5. So negative 8a minus 8a or negative 8a plus negative 8a. Negative 8, negative 8. Make a negative 16a. Positive 5 plus 1 gives you plus 6. You notice there's no equal sign here. We're not solving for the letter. We are just combining like terms. Okay, there's a couple examples for you. We're going to skip these 2. Okay, we're going to do number 5 and 6. So you're welcome to pause your video anytime to work through and then check. So 5, we are going to, when you have parentheses, you have to distribute, which means to multiply. So you're going to take the number on the outside, multiply by the first piece of information. So 4 times negative 4k is negative 16k. And then I have 4 times negative 5, careful that negative sign, gives me a minus 20. So negative 16k minus 20. So let's try the next one. Negative 5 times 5 is a negative 25. Negative 5 times negative 4x is a plus 20x. Remember, it's negative times negative, which makes it positive here. Okay, number 10. In number 10, you need to work with this negative 6 first. I have to distribute that. So what I'm going to do is just bring down this 6x. I'm not doing anything with it yet. Now I'm going to distribute this negative 6. So negative 6 times negative 5. Negative times negative is positive 30. Negative 6 times negative 3x, so it's a positive 18x. Now I'm not done because I still can combine like terms. So I'm going to combine these two guys here. The 30 is on its own. So 18 plus 6 is 24x plus 30. The 30 just comes down. He doesn't have anybody to combine with. Right. We're going to go ahead and skip these. And we're going to look at some solving equations. So in solving equations here, there's a few things to note. Okay, we're going to make a checklist, and actually we're going to work through some of these problems and some of them we're not, just like prior to. So we're going to skip 16, we're going to make some notes off the side, we're going to skip 17. We'll work on 15 and 18. So first of all, when you solve, you're going to end up with x equals. You're finding the value of x. So here's our checklist. The first thing we're going to do is to distribute. Just like we did before, distribute. Okay, so on the front page we distributed. And then after we distributed, we combine like terms. And you're going to combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. Okay? So you only do that on the same side. Then from there I can work with step 3. I can start undoing things. So I'm going to undo addition and subtraction first. Then I'm going to undo multiplication and division. Alright, so let's look at 15. So we want to get the x by itself. We are not going to do anything with that because that's multiplication. We've got to deal with this 3 that's out front. It's a plus 3, so I'm going to subtract 3. And the first thing I generally do is draw a line down where my equal sign is. That keeps me balanced. So if I subtract 3 on this side of that line, I'm going to subtract 3 over here with whatever it goes with. So 3 minus 3 becomes 0. Bring this guy down, and remember the negative, negative 3x equals negative 33 minus 3 is a negative 36. Next, negative 3x. Think about what's happening between the negative 3 and the x. It's multiplication. So to undo that, we're going to divide both sides by negative 3. Which means x is equal to negative divided by negative is positive. It's equal to 12. And you can plug that back in to do a check. Right? Now the next one, I'm going to show you a handy dandy trick here. It's not really a trick. It's just a different way to organize. I like my variables on the left side. So I'm going to move this equals negative 6 to the right side. I didn't change the problem in any way. Again, your checklist, distribute, no parentheses, good to go there. Combine like terms, no like terms combine. Let's do undo addition and subtraction. There's my line. So we're going to leave him alone. He's last. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. Let's go away. R divided by 9 is equal to negative 1. Okay. Since it's r being divided by 9, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to multiply both sides by 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. R is equal to negative 9. Alright. We're going to keep working through. Number 19. I'm going to skip 20, but we're going to do number 19. Draw my line. Okay, so number 19 I like because we've got a term being divided by 2 on the left, and I know this is a question we all have. If we're dividing by 2, that whole piece on the left, let's get rid of that. So let's multiply since we're dividing. So we're going to multiply both sides, everything on both sides. Parenthesis around that. We'll multiply it by a 2 up on top. Because what happens is 2 divided by 2 cancels, that's 1. I'm left with n plus 1 on the left. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Now I have a one-step equation to work with. Subtract 1 from both sides. N is equal to negative 5. Okay, we're going to do 2 more together. So we're going to skip 21. Let's go ahead and do 22. Again with this problem, I'm going to move the negative 154 to the right side and get rid of it over here on the left. Only because I like my variables on the left. I didn't have to do anything fancy to do that. Just move the equals and the negative 154. Just make make sure you copy it right when you do. Okay, first thing we do, distribute. Yes, have parentheses. Negative 4 times negative 8 is positive 32x. Negative 4, negative 2 is a positive 8. And then this minus 5x just comes down along for the ride. We don't have anything to do with him yet. He is not in the parentheses. You only multiply what's in the parentheses. So then you're going to bring down this negative 154. Okay. Now combine like terms. So right now I have 27x plus 8 equals negative 154. Subtract 8 from both sides. These cancel. They become 0. 27x equals negative 162. Divide, because we're multiplying here, divide both sides by 27. So x is equal to negative 6. Okay, we're going to try one more. Let's go ahead and try number 24. So I'm going to leave the way it is. There's r's on both sides. So I need to distribute this here. I'm going to go ahead and bring down everything I already have on the left. Not even a mess with it. So 2 times 4 is 8, 8 r's. 2 times negative 4 is a minus 8. Okay. Now I like to bring my variables to the left. I'm going to keep doing that. So subtract 8r on both sides. These cancel. Left with negative 8. 36 minus 11r equals negative 8. Subtract 36 from both sides. These are 0. Negative 11r is equal to negative 44. Divide both sides by negative 11. Negative 11 divided by negative 11 is 1. R is equal to negative divided by negative is a positive. 44 divided by 11 is 4. So R is equal to 4. Those are your notes for review notes number 1. Now you have homework for review day 1.